And this is actually Emerald Bay, where we passed in the boat, which has a restaurant and a bar and, of course, towels and armchair, deck chair type things on the beach. And as you can see, the reason it's called Emerald Bay is although the sea is very clear, for some reason it's very green, sandy bottom, but I don't know why it is very green. Presumably there's a lot of plankton. And this is the girl who does these floating petals on the plots full of water. We had a chat to her and it turned out actually she was Filipino. Again, another view of the reception area. Extremely immaculately turned out young ladies who are the receptionists and staff. That's typical roof in Malaysia. We're just about to leave, I think, now to go on the next stage of our journey. That's the launch that's going to take us to Lumut, where we'll pick up a long-distance taxi, which we've now joined for about 3.5-hour trip to the Cameron Highlands. The first half is on ordinary, quite narrow roads, and the second half is this very windy road up to about 4,500 feet to the Cameron Highlands themselves. And the driver actually stopped to allow us to photograph quite a nice waterfall. Right, we've now just arrived in the Cameron Highlands.
I haven't got a gin and tonic.
Jean hasn't got a gin and tonic. She says it's a Sprite, which I just go and have a look out of the window. Cross into the highest part of Malaysia. Beautiful rolling hills in the background, mountains I suppose, going up to about 2,000 metres, 6,000, something like that, 6,000 feet. And although I don't think you can particularly see them from here, there's all rubber tea plantations down in the valleys, or estates, if Jean says. But it certainly looks quite a nice place to be. Strawberries and things in this sort of place. This appears to have been built at the same time as the hotel. It's all apartments and flats and houses. Just in the evening, early evening. Lots of salvia and marigolds. And that's lantana, which we had in Spain.
What's this?
Don't know.
They grow here about 30 types of vegetables, but the main crop they grow is cabbages. That's cabbages, they grow like
We've now arrived at the tea plantation, or we were looking at the tea plantation, and this is another area where they grow strawberries.
Yes, nice size.
These actually are grown under cover on sort of stands in grow bags of all things. And a local shop selling lots of product. A lot of the vegetables grown here supply the markets in Hong Kong and all over Malaysia. So as you can see, it's early morning relatively, about 9:30. It's been very wet overnight as usual. It should be nice this afternoon. We're right up in the clouds virtually. We're just going round the rose garden now. Do you know what they're called?
No. It's on the tip of my tongue. Lilies that you guess, but it's a climber. It's very pretty.
They're all dangling down.
Biggest tea producers in the country.
Producing black tea.
Producing black tea,
English
which is
kind.
the English market. It's owned by an English family that live in Kuala Lumpur. The trees, the bushes are between 30 and 70 years old. They can't be used after 100. And they're cut every 15 days. The new shoots are cut off. And if they're left any longer, they can't be used at all. They used to be picked by hand, but now they're cut by machine. And
some workers
on that hill there, shearing the sides. They keep the sides trimmed. The workers are from Bangladesh apparently and come here on 3-year contracts. And we're going down to visit the factory to see what they do to the leaves when they're picked, and they process them immediately. So, see the busy lizzies that are just seeded in between.
If you don't pull out, you see some of the areas there, you see some.
This is actually a tea plant which is being left to grow as a tree, has berries and flowers on, which is, you don't normally see.
They use warm air and a fan to blow air into the leaf. This is to the leaf is like this. The leaf is still wet. The bigger size is the older leaf. This one. You can go and grind all the leaf, take it in a tray, you put here for 2 hours to ferment the leaf. This is smaller leaf.
They send these sackfuls down to Kuala Lumpur for it to be packed properly down there.
Broken mix receiving fibers in stalks. Then the machine which is shaking, the grading machine, these are the 5 grains they separate.
Well, we've just been round the factory where they process the tea, and this is the finished product. It was a very interesting tour.
Enormous pen.
It's almost like
Sunflower.
Yes. Right.
just booked a table for dinner for tonight at the old smokehouse, which looks gorgeous. And we're walking back to our hotel. And we were told to come this way, past these falls, which are called the Parrot. We don't really know much about them, except that
We're slightly lost actually, but we're not
they're not really slightly lost.
We think we might be going in the wrong direction. This is a little bridge I've just been on to photograph. This is the inside of the smokehouse where we went for dinner one night. It's a very old place, relatively speaking. It was built in the 30s, and typical colonial hotel, small hotel, just like the Cotswolds. We're now on our way back down from the Cameron Highlands, the long windy road 1.5 hours or so down to the motorway, the main north-south highway. Quite a nice drive, although it's rather wiggly and not the best for your tummy, but nice to see some of the real sort of native huts, if you like, and quite spectacular scenery, mountainous scenery. We're now on the motorway, toll motorway. Tremendous amount of oil palm growing in the side of the road here. One of the biggest exports now is oil palm oil. Approaching Kuala Lumpur, just saw the Twin Towers, and we're now having a sandwich or something or other in one of the sort of shopping complexes, arcades, not far from the hotel. We've actually come over to buy essentials of life, the tonics to go with our gin. And this is actually the we've just gone up Telecom Tower. Top of this tower, KL Tower. There's an observation platform just on the top there, near where Jean's finger is, and we're there somewhere. It's a revolving restaurant. I think we're at about just under 300 metres. It must be 360, probably about 1,000 feet, I suppose. This is actually a picture of the tower on the wall. We're up the top there somewhere.
Well, this is the view from the observation tower, and hence panning up now the twin Petronas Towers, which is the highest building in the world, which is half as much as high again as the Empire State Building.
The flashing light there is to show you the height that we're at, so that's exactly the same level that we're at. See the size of the cars and things down there. We're just panning up from the cars down there to the bottom of the thing, which is there, and panning up and up and up and up the top. Interesting building there.
It's a bank.
It's a bank. You can see the reflection in the thing of all the cars. Staff here in Lisbon West are really extremely helpful and charming. We couldn't be more for you. This is the ground floor. We stopped at the bottom for a drink. Well, this is our last day in Kuala Lumpur, and we've just had a room service breakfast, which costs all of £6 for, I think, is that £6 each? I think it is, about 5 something each, which is, we got all sorts of nice things here. Yeah, and little orchids on the napkins and so on.
Hot toast.
It's the same price for room service as it is down in the restaurant. Right, we're going down in the hotel lift now. I'll keep it going while we... This is outside the Royal Palace in Kuala Lumpur.